Hi everybody, this is Desiree, your Vibrant Health Coach from Herbal Pharmacy Natural Healing. Today's video we would like to do a quick recap of March's topics, which was immune, as well as getting back your power, HIV and AIDS. So just as a quick recap, we ascertained in that beautiful video that the immunity is the core point that we have to work through and work with to ensure that it is strong and that it can fight against any of the bacteria and the viruses that we are subjected to. Then when we moved on to the HIV/AIDS number 2 and number 3 articles, we dealt with the 5 barriers, which was the isodyes, the heavy metals, benzene, asbestos, and we covered those quite extensively. We gave you a very in-depth explanation of how and why these products or these barriers create the issues that we eventually deal with in HIV and AIDS. So for the wonderful month of April, we are now going to be dealing with quite a serious topic that has become an absolute pandemic. It is stress and the nervous system, how to reset the nervous system and how to manage your stress. Now, many people, when we're talking about stress and the reasons behind stress and how we actually have to approach it and the different pointers that we give on how to approach it, a lot of them say, oh, no, not again. You know, here we go with the stress and, you know, how to approach this. Well, we've tried to give you a very, very in-depth, point-for-point step of how to deal with stress in a situation, in situations that we are currently living in the environment we're currently living in. And when we look at the nervous system, that's our core. That is where everything is either balanced or in imbalance. And there's a couple of things that we have to become rather brutally honest with ourselves with. The main one that we deal with in this specific topic is how to deal with the anxiety, depression through the recalibration of your programming, which comes from a stress factor. Now, as we all know, stress is based on pressure. It's based on performance. It's based on fear of not acquiring something or receiving something. If we look at, and if we're really, really honest and we look in depth within ourselves, probably 80 to 90% of all our decisions are actually based from fear, from desperation, from trying to push ourselves to a boundary where we've got to make decisions or make choices. But what we don't realize is that we're our worst enemy. Fear isn't. Fear is actually a very, very important part of our psyche, a part of who we are as human beings. And fear in its balanced and healthy state can help save us from situations that are dangerous. In my article I use one of the editors, the lion's chasing you, you're going to have stress. You're going to have this push, this drive to either run away or climb a tree. Excuse me, but where we are kind of running into difficulty is the body has not learned, or we have not learned, how to switch off that adrenaline boost. So the body keeps remaining in fright and flight, so keeps pumping adrenaline into the body, and through the pumping and the constant feeding of the adrenaline and cortisol, it gets to a stage where you get exhausted. The system gets exhausted. It burns up its nutrients, it burns up the vitamins and the products, good healthy foods that we are taking in. We've got to reprogram, rewire this hard wiring that stress is part of our life. Stress actually isn't part of the life. It's programmed thinking that has brought us to this point that we accept stress, anxiety, depression, nervousness, and it's not a norm, not at the standards that we're actually living at the moment. If we look at the research that's been done, hundreds of thousands of people are now coming forward with huge issues dealing with stress, unable to cope, kind of the word that a lot of people use is opting out. And it's because we haven't been shown the right ways to reset the nervous system, number one. And number two, manage our stress. We all know there's thousands of books out there. There's thousands of articles out there all dealing with stress. And you've got to exercise regularly. You've got to eat well. You've got to get a good night's sleep. You've got to balance your day. All of these are very, very important. They are part of the old system, but they are part of what we should be looking at doing. One of the biggest points that we would like to now obviously we've covered quite a few points in the article itself because it's far more comprehensive. So just in this one of the things we want to kind of express is slow down. Many of my clients, when I bring this modality to them, when we're doing a consultation, will tell me how they can't. It's impossible, not able to. But yet when they start putting it into practice, what we're doing is we're working smarter, not harder. Okay? And the recalibration of how we think, how we are working through our day has actually proven to them, when they start slowing down and they become what we call aware of that moment, dealing with what is currently on your plate and completing it and finishing it and then going on to the next. So doing a prioritization of all the chores that have to be done during the day and taking one, completing it and finishing it. I can tell you many of my clients have come back and smiled and said to me, you cannot believe, in just applying the slow down method, I do more with less stress. I accomplish it in a better energy, but I also give the best to each and every topic or each and every job that I'm having to attend to. And it's as though by slowing down, that franticness and that nervous energy gets us centered, and being centered, we can concentrate on what is at hand at that given moment. The second thing is, we use this word quite liberally nowadays, sustainability. Well, let me tell you, we are running our bodies on an unsustainable method at the moment. There is times where that body is going to give in, give out, or it's going to show issues of dis-ease and imbalanced energies at some given time. We have to, through the slow down method, also get to a point where we are managing our body, our time, our stress, our nervousness, our anxiety, to a level where it is sustainable. When you have adrenaline running through your body constantly, now just imagine this, 24/7, adrenaline pumping the whole time, your sleep patterns are disturbed, your body can't function correctly, you're tired, you're exhausted, you use up energy too fast, you can't think straight, the mind is almost like a brain fog. The decisions you make are based from a fear base, from being anxious of getting something done or making the right choices, or some people being perfectionists. When we get down to that slow down method, where we become aware of what we're doing and we concentrate what's currently on our plate at the moment, and we spread that into our lives as well. People have come back to me and said to me, you know what, I've worked in the same building for 10 years and I never noticed we have a red front door. That's where we become so totally unaware of our environment. And now, being the slow down method, we are able to observe things better. We're able to make better decisions because we come from a better balance. The nervous system then calms down. It's not fright and flight, and it's being pushed and pushed and pushed and pumped with adrenaline and cortisol. So in slowing it down, in feeding the system, in getting out into the outdoors, balancing our daily chores with a bit of mind work, a bit of creative work, a bit of exercise, eating well, sleeping well, and if you can't sleep well, use natural remedies. In the article as well, we've given you a massive list of products that you can use, and next to them we've given you what they're used for and why we use them. This is a big topic. It's a very, very big topic that we've kind of taken a good chunk out of it in this article for you, and hopefully it'll help you understand yourself a little bit better. There are far more points that were covered in the article that we can't cover in the video. And then in our next article, we're going to deal individually with stress on its own, and then the nervous system on its own. So those will be the other 2 articles for the April month. And as usual, we've got beautiful specials on, which will be starting on the 8th of April. So you can then start buying those products and helping feed and nourish and slow down your system so that you are leading a far healthier, productive, balanced life. We thank you once again for joining us, and please remember, turn on the icon bell so that you get notified when we do post new YouTubes, and subscribe. Share our article with as many people as you can. Education is an important thing, and many times it's just by knowing a couple of pertinent little points that helps us onto the road of recovery. So let us all join together in the vibrant health coaching and share as much as we possibly can, and we will see you again next week with the new video. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.